Fans, it is time for my favorite part of the show, our halftime interview. And our guest today, in her 10th season in the WNBA, join me in welcoming Atlanta guard Matee Ajavon. Welcome, Matee.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, you had a great game against Indiana. I think you had 8 points in 10 minutes. And we've seen you evolve, not just here as a part of the Atlanta Dream, but over the course of your career. At this point, what do you see as your role and how do you make your mark in the WNBA?
I've always been an energy player. Even though my minutes are down, that means nothing. My energy is given to my teammates when I'm on the floor. My energy is given there too. So, you know, I'm the head in charge on the bench for the team. So I always make sure everybody's in line and tuned up.
Yeah, I always hear your voice, and it was interesting. Not that you scored those points in 10 minutes, but it was when you scored them, which I thought was a pivotal point in the game in the win against Indiana. So let's talk about Matee Ajavon off the court. I always say that energy, you could be an actress, you could be a rapper. I know you dabble in music, but you've created a brand called Nomadic Wealth. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so my brand, Nomadic Wealth, basically created something for athletes. I'm a big hat wearer. When we travel. So basically, let me tell you about nomadic wealth, what it means. So nomadic wealth, I believe that we are all nomads. We travel a lot as athletes. And we also like to look good when we travel. So, you know, I was like, nomadic wealth, it just had a good ring to it. But like I said, it caters to athletes, us being comfortable, us being sporty and looking good.
It's so interesting that you created this because people always say that in Atlanta, there's an entrepreneurial spirit here, that people are just very collaborative, that we see people starting their own businesses. Is that something that you find in the city of Atlanta?
Yeah, I've always considered myself to be an entrepreneur. Whether it's, I think playing sports, you know, you kind of get that knack for everything that comes along with it. So I'm a creative person, whether it's doing music, poetry, creating, so. Yeah.
Well, that's not the only thing you're doing, and as part of our Inspiring Women pillar for this month, you have a program that you've created for the next generation of young girls and women's basketball players. Tell us about that.
So my company name is AjavonELITE, and AjavonELITE is basically, like you said, just creating a platform for the athletes who may not make it to the WNBA, who still want to continue their professional careers, playing overseas. And you know, you never know, you may still end up in the WNBA. But I just know there's only 144 women that make it here, unfortunately, and hopefully I can contribute to that number growing. So I put together a pro travel, which is actually going to be postponed until 2018. I just want to create something that's going to inspire girls and be big. I'm working on big sponsors for next year, so you know, I definitely want everybody to reach out and you know, follow AjavonELITE on Instagram.
There you go. There is the plug. Now, if people have followed your journey, it started in Newark, New Jersey. Actually, it goes back to Liberia. But it's interesting. Now, we have two players from Newark, New Jersey, both you and Brittany Sykes. What is it about Newark? Now, I know you went to Shabazz and you went to Rutgers, so that toughness is there. But what is it about Newark that you think has helped produce so many great girls basketball players?
I just think it's, you know, Newark is a rough neighborhood. When, you know, a lot of people, when you fly into Newark, you know, they're like, you know, all I did was fly into the airport. You know, I didn't go past that. But I just think being from a rough neighborhood, you get that edge and you want to make it, you know. And, you know, even coming from Liberia, my mother's biggest thing was getting your education and being successful. And she pushed me to that every day. And she didn't allow me to settle for anything less. So I know Brittany Moms does the same thing. And, you know, it's just about being successful, and I want to be able to inspire everybody to do that.
Girl, this inspired me. No, seriously, thank you so much for all the work you're doing, not just here with the young women as I see you as a leader in the WNBA, but also everything you're doing as an entrepreneur, reaching back and really representing Liberia and Newark. Good luck with everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fans, that is Matee Ajavon. Sit where you are because we'll be back in a moment with stats and highlights right after this.